everyone, welcome back to the Western Centurion channel and yet another Sunday in the garage. Today is, I believe, Sunday the 28th of August. It's just about 9:30, so a bit late for me. I'm normally down here a lot earlier than this. But the truth is, I have done absolutely nothing since my last update down here in the garage. But I have been reading all of your comments and thank you so much for all the help and advice you've given me. In particular, obviously, one of the ones with my thumbs, where I was hurting those trying to get the tacks in. Now, I did actually use a pin vise for that, but I think the drill bit I used in it was a bit too small, so obviously it's quite hard to get the tacks into the hole. So I've now changed that to 0.5 mil or 0.5 mil drill bit, and that will make life a lot easier, I think. But also advice about the track, on the inclines, and also the suggestions about the helix. But to be honest, the helix, I've done some measurements and checked, and the helix would be way too big. Plus, the way that I actually want to have a complete loop in the fiddle yard, so I can bring complete trains down into the fiddle yard, run them around the loop, and then back up onto the main section again. That was just so I could have something a little bit different. Instead of having trains just going round and round and round, I thought it'd be quite nice if they could disappear into a tunnel somewhere under a bridge and then reappear somewhere else on the track. But I didn't explain that in my last video, did I? Or at least I don't think I did. But that's what I really want to be able to do. So that means I need a way of getting the trains down into the fiddle yard and then back up again. So I did have a look at doing the helix, one on either side of the section of the fiddle yard, which is next to the Four Seasons sign. But it is too big, way too big. So I can't really go with that option. Because one of the things you've got to remember, it looks like a train room in here now after I've done it all out, but functionally it's still a garage. We've still got to keep a lot of our stuff down in here, particularly during the winter months. So I had a look and I've decided against the helix. But what I have decided to go on is to put in another incline, and that is going to happen. So the current incline is going to come out, and I'm going to make that smaller, probably about, I suppose it needs to be about 1.5 inches in width. And I'm going to put another incline in the opposite direction next to the first incline. So I think incline comes down this way, and then the next one will go up that way. And again, that'll be about 1.5 inches, or they both might be 2 inches. I have to figure that one out yet. So that incline is going to have to come out. But also, yeah, big thank you to Morgan Winters and Peter Hennessy for sending me some diagrams on what could possibly be the better solution to what I have already put in. And you're right, I'm going to go with some of those. Now, Morgan said about wanting to keep the trains in as straight a line as possible, with as less curves and as less points, basically, and you're so right, I do. So I'll be changing that as well, and I'm pretty certain now I'm going to be taking up all of that track. I'll take it all up again and redo it, because I'm also looking at maybe getting some underlay from Wix's or B&Q or something nice and thin. I don't want to use cork, because that'll get quite expensive just for the fiddle yard. But I'll put some foam down, because if I'm going to have a full loop and trains running around there continuously up and down onto the top section, it could get quite noisy. So yeah, I'll be looking at doing that. Hence another reason why all that will have to come up. And also, which is quite strange this morning, I had a comment left by Ian Cooper. Now, he's sort of said that he's doing the same as Michael Hemphrey and going with the mega point system and the servos. But what coincidence, Ian Cooper is actually the owner and founder of the AluRailTech brackets that Michael was using on his layout. So now he's got his own website, it's got all the prices up there. I'll quickly show you. There we are, AluRailTech. So that's the brackets, and he'll sell the brackets separately, the servos separately, the micro switches, wires, nuts, bolts, everything you need to make that. Plus, for about £6.75 I think, you can buy the complete kit. Or for about £10 you can buy it already assembled and ready to fit. Now I was originally looking to make my own brackets, because at work we've got our own fabrication department, and we've got our design engineers, so I just have to come up with the specifications. They can load it into a program which can go down our fabrication. Their pull maxes will punch out all the parts that I need. But by the time I bought all the materials, including the servos, what Ian's offering on his website isn't that much dearer, to be honest. So when I know how many points I'm going to have, how many brackets I need, I will go to Ian's website and I'll buy them from there, because they do look just the job, don't they? Really, you can have. I asked Ian this morning why you would need 2 micro switches. They came back with saying that we'd have 1 for the points, and obviously 1 for a signal system, if you have some signals next to the points as well. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. We'll be going with that. So yeah, thank you Ian for letting me know, and send me a link to your website, which I will put into the description for this video. So yeah, what I'll do, I'll take the camera off the tripod and I'll just take you around the garage again and give you an insight on why I'm going to put the 2 inclines on just one side of the garage, and why the helixes wouldn't fit. Okay, so catch you again in a mo. Bye bye. Right, okay, and welcome back. So first off, as I said before, you know, this might look like a train room, and it basically is a sort of train room, but the primary function of this is a garage. So a lot of my videos, the bikes aren't in here because I put them outside, but they need to be stored in here. Cushions for our patio set, they're stored down here, and basically anything else that we don't want up in the house are going to be stored down here. So you know, I need room for all of that as well. All the tools I need to keep down here, which has nothing to do with the railway. At least I've been able to keep, shall we say, all of this free for railway related items. But these cupboards here, they're absolutely full of everything else I used to have in this garage. If you go back to my lot early videos before I even did this garage, you can see how much there was. So I thinned a lot of that out, but these cupboards are chocker. It's your usual garage related stuff. So yeah, that's the first thing. You know, this is actually a garage which I have converted into somewhere to build my model railway layout. So the layout has to work around the garage, not the garage work around the layout. And so far it's worked out quite well. So helix, right. First thing I did was I had a look over this section. I just moved the fan out of the way. Was to put the helix in here, and it is doable. You can do it, but the amount of room I'd need if I get this spirit level, which is 4 foot, and that's how big the helix would be. So I just put the spirit level there, and already you can see how far out that would have to come. And that is about right actually, if I do that. So that would take up a lot of space in that corner. But then not only that, I would need another helix over here. And if I put that in the corner, that would come out and block that second door to the garage, which is a no-no. I can't do that, because the whole point of me having these double doors put in was that if we needed to bring anything big in and out the garage, we can open the 2 doors. So yeah, basically put me off the idea of the helix. So I went back to the incline. That's not a bad incline. I'm pretty certain most locomotives, or modern locomotives, including steam, will make it up there without too much of a problem. But I needed to put a second incline in so that I could do a complete loop all the way around, which would be underneath there, remember, the fiddle yard, all the way round and then back up onto the top section. Some of you mentioned about maybe putting the other incline on this side, which yes, yeah, it would have been doable if I hadn't had this table, my work table, put in here. I want to show you underneath. That's all the room I actually have at the moment. So there's enough clearance there for any of my locos or rolling stock, but only just. So obviously I can't even start an incline in that section without removing this table, which I don't want to do. So yeah, so my other option was, and one which I'm actually going to go with, is that the incline will be against this one, going in the opposite direction, the whole length. And if I have that as the down incline, it can actually be steeper than the up incline. So I am sort of like thinking that yes, if I have that as a down incline, it can finish here, or finish about here with the curb coming around, and start up in this corner somewhere, or I can bring it around with some hillside here and it'll peer out of a tunnel along there. That means I can still have the dairy there, but I won't have the entry and exit point into that. The existing incline I'm going to take apart. It doesn't have to be that wide, so it needs to be about 1.5 inches. So that's what I'll do. I'll take that apart, remake it 1.5 inches in width, and the down incline will be the same. And I'll try and do it so it's not boxed in here, which if I can do that, then somewhere maybe I could actually even get some track going underneath for either more storage or as part of an entry exit point for some locos to come in and hook up to coaches and carriages. But yeah, what Morgan was on about was the likes of these, where I've got these 3-way turnouts. Now originally I said I wanted the loop line to come round here, down into this bit, and run all the way down. But yeah, Morgan was spot on. We can't, well, it's not good practice to come around a lot of curves and try and keep away from turning out on a turnout, if that makes sense. So if we look at the 3-way, just have the loco come down here, along there, and straight across, you know, in as straight a line as possible, all the way down. So yeah, that was good advice, and one I'll stick with for certain. But as I said, this has all got to come up again, and I will be redoing it at a later date. But yeah, I hope that's explained some of the reasons behind my madness in this garage, and hopefully clarified some of my future plans or what I'd like to do. I still don't know what I'm going to do down this end. Everything now will be based on when I've got the inclines in place and the space that I have left over and what I can do with it. So that's about it, peoples. I've actually got to go shopping now and then going out for lunch with my uncle and aunt. My uncle actually being my dad's brother. So I'll be sat there and hopefully getting information out of him about Swindon railway station and Wooden Basset station. See if I can get a few more details, because stuff I forgot to ask my dad, and by the time I wanted to, he already was a long way down the road with Alzheimer's and couldn't remember much. So anyway, you all have a lovely bank holiday weekend, because obviously we've still got tomorrow off, and I'll try and get another update done next weekend, and hopefully something actually done to the track. Alright, so toodle pip, and catch you again soon. Bye bye.